Hi, I'm Amelia from Germany. Please like and subscribe. I live in a trailer shed in Berlin because my parents didn't make any money. I mean, I had food, a mattress, and running water, but that was basically it. My parents tried to get me toys and presents once in a while, even though it didn't go too well. I have a present for you, sweetie. They were giving away free books at the library.
Thanks, but you do realize almost all the pages are missing, right? Mom, I have an idea. What if I get a job and then we become billionaires?
You're in the 3rd grade, Amelia. I don't think that's possible. How could I argue with that? But a few months later, things took an insane turn. Mom had to work all weekend, so Dad decided to take me on a camping trip, just us.
And get bitten by 100 bugs? No thanks. I have enough mosquitoes in my room at night.
But Dad insisted. He borrowed a neighbor's van and we drove for 8 hours straight. God, it was crazy. Finally, we stopped at our destination, and I couldn't believe my eyes. We were standing in front of a palace.
I'd like you to meet your grandfather.
Just then, an old man came out and I was super confused. Then at dinner, my grandpa dropped a bombshell on me.
I wanted your father to marry a rich woman, but instead he marries someone who can't even buy her daughter a proper bed. I told him I'd only share my riches if he'd divorce her for someone else. Actually, Amelia, I brought you here because I'm leaving your mom. I can't live in poverty any longer. We're moving in with my father, and you're going to have a new stepmom soon.
You can forget about me living with you. What, you were just gonna kidnap me and never tell Mom what happened to us? I don't ever want to see you. I don't even want to look at you. You're dead to me. How could Dad do something so sick? I had Mom pick me up after that, and when she found out what Dad was actually up to, she was horrified. I didn't see him again after that, and Mom told me everything. His parents never accepted me, so he cut them off. I never thought he would leave me. I'll never fall in love again with any man. That's okay, Mom. You don't need to marry anyone, and I don't want another mean dad. We can do this, just the two of us. It turned out we did make it on our own. After a couple of years, Mom finally found a new job that paid more, and we were able to move into a house. Everything was great. I was getting good grades in school, and I had tons of friends. But most importantly, I'd made a life-changing decision. I refused to talk to any guy around me. After what had happened with my dad and grandpa, I was convinced all guys were pigs. If a boy even sat next to me in class, I'd move 3 chairs down, and everyone thought I was crazy for it. Amelia's like an alien, as if she's never even seen a boy in her life. Maybe she thinks she's too good to talk to any guy at our school. Well, I didn't care what they said about me. I had created a boy-free life for myself, and I was loving it until one day my whole world came crashing down. In 10th grade, 2 twin brothers entered our school in a limo. They were dreamy billionaire heartthrobs named Dennis and Leon. All the girls were fawning over them except me. Then suddenly, as I walked down the hall, Leon pointed his finger at me.
You. I want this young lady to be my school guide for the day. You'll escort me to all my classes, fetch me my test answer sheets from the teacher's lounge, and of course, hey, you can't ask her to do all that. She's a girl. She should have someone escorting her. Show some respect.
Okay, first of all, girls don't need anyone to escort them. And secondly, I don't talk to boys ever. Ask any kid in school. And I really don't talk to snooty guys who expect me to be their slave. I started to walk away when Dennis grabbed my arm gently.
Wait, please. I'm sorry about my brother. He can be kind of a brat. He's the spoiled one in the family. My parents give him everything. Let me make it up to you. I'll buy you coffee. You seem like a really nice girl. We can be friends and get to know each other.
Oh, dear God. I tried pushing Dennis away, but he wouldn't give up. He followed me around all day like a puppy, desperate to be my friend. It was kind of convenient having someone carry all of my textbooks, but I didn't want to take advantage of him. Dennis wasn't as awful as I thought, at least not like Leon. While Dennis followed me around, Leon acted like a total arrogant jerk.
Your dress has a stain on it. Don't you have a washing machine at home?
I'm really not interested in your opinion. And in math class, he forced me to give up my seat.
I need to sit at the front of the class near the chalkboard. Otherwise, I can't concentrate.
When I said no, he whistled and 2 of his bodyguards came charging at me. Where did they come from? They were about to pick me up when something inside me just snapped. I turned around to push them away, but when I did, I banged my head against the wall and I totally blacked out. Some hours later, I opened my eyes to find I was in the nurse's office with Dennis by my side holding an ice pack to my forehead.
You had kind of a scare back in the hall, and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Okay, thanks. But you've known me for 2 freaking days. Why are you all over me?
I'm not trying to be creepy or anything. It just made me so mad when I saw how Leon acted towards you. My brother's evil, and I don't want him hurting anyone else the way he hurt me.
Before I could answer, Dennis told me all about Leon and all the horrible things he'd done to people. Apparently, Leon pulled all kinds of nasty pranks on Dennis, like leaving poisonous spiders in his underwear. But Dennis was most angry about Leon stealing his girlfriend last year.
He knew I loved her. I found him making out with her behind the school on her 6th-month anniversary.
I wasn't sure if it was because my head hurt or I felt lonely, but I enjoyed Dennis's company. After that day, I decided it wouldn't be a crime to hang out with him, so we became friends. Leon kept calling us boyfriend and girlfriend, but it was nothing I couldn't handle. It was just an annoying tease and I had to put up with it. Then one day, Leon and Dennis decided to throw a huge party, and Dennis really wanted me to go. Fine, but only because I've never been to a rich person party before.
Oh, you'll have a blast. And if Leon tries to bug us, we'll glue his butt to a chair.
I laughed and was surprised how much I was looking forward to the party. I had lots of fun when I arrived, dancing to music, watching a movie in their private theater. Then towards the end of the night, the boys decided to play Truth or Dare. When it was my turn, Dennis dared me to jump into the pool with my clothes on.
Sorry, what? You can't jump in our pool.
Actually, I can because that's the rule of the game. I marched outside to the pool with the other kids, but as I stood at the edge of the pool, Leon grabbed my hand.
You are not jumping in that pool. We had a chemical leak yesterday and Dennis knows it. That psycho is trying to kill you.
Don't touch me.
Just shut up, dude, and let Amelia jump in.
God, this guy was a piece of work. He just didn't want me to have fun. Then suddenly, Leon picked up a rock and threw it in the pool. And that's when I saw green bubbles surrounding it. There was a chemical leak. Did that mean?
See, I told you. Dennis is trying to hurt you, Amelia. He's been up to no good for a while and I kept quiet. But this is just too much. How about you continue to keep quiet, jerk?
What were they talking about? Then suddenly, Leon punched Dennis and he fell to the ground. Leon, stop!
Amelia, I have to talk to you.
Just give us space for a second, will you? Leon finally agreed and left me with Dennis. You tried to throw me in a pool filled with acid? That makes no sense. Why would you do something like that?
My brother and I can't have you around. That's all you need to know. I don't owe you an explanation.
Wait, what? As if I want to associate with you, psycho? I could have you locked up in jail. I kicked him as hard as I could and left him there. My God, he was wicked. I couldn't believe I'd ever trusted him. And what did Dennis mean when he said he couldn't have me around? God, I had so many questions. The next day at school, I tried to keep myself focused on schoolwork. I spent all of lunch in the library. But while I was looking through my textbook, someone's hands covered my eyes.
3 guesses who?
Oh, you again. Why are you suddenly being so nice to me? This is all so confusing.
Long story short, our families are enemies. My grandma owns half of Germany, and apparently your grandpa does too. They've been threatening and blackmailing each other for years. So Dennis has been out to get you. That's why he followed you around. And I was trying to be loyal to my family, which is why I was a jerk to you at first. But I should have put a stop to it all earlier. I'm really sorry.
You know my grandpa? All of this happened because of a war between his family and yours?
Yep, it's taken over our whole lives. Our parents were barely around when we were kids. It hurt me a lot, but I got over it. Dennis didn't, though. He especially hates your family. He thinks it's their fault that our parents neglected him. Dennis kinda turned into a psycho in general. Once, he put poisonous spiders in my underwear, and then another time, he stole my girlfriend just to piss me off.
Wait a second. Leon was saying the exact same things about Dennis that Dennis had said about Leon. Dennis really had been the culprit the whole time? God, what a mess. I slept for 14 hours after that day. Leon called me the next day and told me his parents had sent Dennis to juvie.
He set all my mom's dresses on fire when they got into a fight. That was kind of the last straw. I hope you're feeling better, Amelia. I was worried about you. Maybe we could get to know each other a little better?
That's really sweet, Leon. And I'm glad Dennis is out of the picture, but I'm better off not having any men in my life. All they've ever done is hurt me. Still, thanks for saving my life. I hung up the phone, but Leon didn't give up on me that quickly. He kept sending me funny memes and cheer-up messages. He also sent me links to his favorite MSA videos, which I loved, but I never replied to him. Then one day, something wild happened. I was brushing my teeth when my phone rang, and it was my dad. I spit my toothpaste all over the bathroom mirror.
Amelia, tell your friend to back off if he doesn't want to get seriously hurt.
Hey, Dad. Great to hear from you too after 6 years. Also, I don't know what you're talking about.
Your friend, Leon. Why would you be friends with our rivals anyway? He kept texting me to check up on you and be a better dad. Who does he think he is? And when I didn't reply, he turned up at the house. I had to get him thrown out by guards. But next time, I'll do worse.
Dad hung up without even saying goodbye. I immediately video called Leon to find him with a bandage on his head. Leon, you idiot! Why did you go to my dad's place? Did they hurt you?
Hey, no, I'm fine. Just hit my head when the guards threw me out. It was foolish, but I was just trying to make up for Dennis, and you deserve to have someone look out for you.
It was stupid, but I was so touched by what Leon did for me. Maybe not all men were out to hurt me after all. I really started warming up to Leon after that, and we talked often. And on my 16th birthday, I heard a knock at the door. It was Leon, and he was standing there with an envelope. I opened it to find concert tickets for my favorite band. Wow, this is amazing! But you didn't have to get me a present, Leon. You've been a really good friend.
There's 2 tickets in there. You obviously don't want to go alone. No chance I could ever be more than a good friend?
I really can't promise that, dude. But you never know what the future will hold for us.